about 13, you go to PhD, is almost 13, 14 years of college. That should not be taken for granted. And what I want to ask you, Tia, because we also talk about the pay grade also. PhDs really, like I believe besides it not giving the opportunity to really take a project and catapult it even further, but also the payment.
Hmm.
What are your thoughts about that?
I feel like a lot of times we aren't paid our worth. And unfortunately, people know this when you're in the helping professions, whether it is case management, social work, or education, you are not paid your worth. So, for the most part, you are in these roles because, again, this is your passion. This is what your purpose is. This is what you went to school for. These are some of the things that we would do even if we didn't get paid for it, because that's what wakes us up in the morning. That's what gets our day going. But no, most times we are not paid our worth, which is why it's common to see people like us have part-time jobs, whether you are an adjunct professor or you are doing tutoring, or maybe you have your own business on the side, and maybe people are paying you for your services in terms of speaking, or whatever it may be. It's very common to see people do that because no, we do not get paid our worth.
Yeah,
And it's unfortunate.
it's unfortunate, and I also think it's unfair to not evaluate what somebody's value is at work, because it is easy to value, and this happens in most corporations and institutions.
Hmm.
You always want to keep the higher ups very happy with bonuses, and you're able to evaluate that value very easily. But then as
Yes.
it triggered down the system, it's like, well, you are dispensable, you are removable. And then
And
although,
that was the issue too, working in like private colleges, because you're at will. So it doesn't matter how good of a job you do, how great you are, how much of an impact you make in the students' lives, you're at will. And I've seen many instances when I worked in private colleges where there were people who, I mean, it was like scuttlebutt about layoffs happening, but you just didn't know when, where, how it would be done. And there were people that literally woke up that morning, got up early, came to work, and the locks were changed, or their computer was gone. And I'm like, that is so humiliating, you know? And then they get escorted off campus.